In this video, I am trying to teach myself to use React, the framework, the JavaScript framework, to build a web app. And two things I'm trying to learn in this experience is one is the data binding capability, and the other one is reactivity. So, and I thought the best way to learn this is just to try to build something that represents these capabilities. So in the video, you will see, um, how I got started. I actually moved the finished app, the last part of the video to the front, so you get to see what I was able to build. And then I'll jump into, the introduction of the project, my thought process of, what I want to learn and how I set up the directory tree, as well as, explaining the different folders and everything. And the big part of this is the actual build out of the web app, where I go to different program folders to code. Now, I am a beginner of JavaScript. I don't have a technical background. I'm just learning how to do these kind of things. And in the big part of it, the build out part of it, which is about 30 minutes, you will see me making all kinds of mistakes, syntax errors, all kind of things. And I only cut out parts that are dead air, where I was basically just looking at the code and thinking about it. But then I leave out pretty much everything in the video, so that it is my hope that, for beginners, you get to see how I myself as a beginner would struggle to do something technical, such as, typing in code, correct, making syntax errors, and then run the app to identify those errors and mistakes and then go back and fix them. But the reason I leave everything in there is because at the end, it worked. Those two functions worked very, very nicely on the website, on the web app. And then it is my hope that, someone watch this will get to understand as a beginner what we have to do to teach ourselves something so complex, so technical. And it's a long journey. I'm not saying that I've completely overcome the fear of coding. I don't think I ever will, but at least I am making some progress, through the struggle and everything. But anyway, so that's my goal, and I hope you guys enjoy.
And, and now we are. We have the app up and running. So if I click on increment, it's going to increment. And if I type in, this is a tagged value, it'll show at the bottom. So this is, and as you can see, so if I go back to my component, which is the home folder, right? And if why would I call this two-way? Because I can update it here. Let's increment it to 100. And it'll show as 100, right? And, it's, so it's a two-way communication. It's, if I say, this is a full app. And then we'll go here. And See, it shows this is a cool app, right? So, okay, I'm trying to learn to use React for web app, and I thought to build a simple app to test the two functionalities that I'm trying to understand. One is data binding, and the other one is reactivity. Okay, as a beginner, these concepts are quite complex for me to understand. So it's my hope that by trying to build something that I can probably learn it a little bit faster. So to do that, let's start from the beginning. I'm going to use VS Code for text editor, and I'm going to install. I'm actually going to use npx to create a directory folder. Let's call it React App 2. And this is going to take some time for the machine to build this out. So I'm going to pause it and then come back. Okay. So now let's cd into and we're going to install React Router DOM. Okay, so let's open the folder. Okay, so in this folder, you see a project folder directory has node, public folder, and SRC, resource folder. So we're going to use the resource folder to build our app. Okay, so the next step is we're going to create an app router.js. And we're going to set up routing using the React router with this. Okay, so and before we do that, since we're going to use um, the views folder for a home page, let's just go ahead and create that folder for now. And we're going to set up home.js. Going to do about, and then one more. And okay, so let's set up the router first. So here we're going to do import router. And here we're going to bring in all three. Next, we import home. Oops. Import all three of them. Oops. I'm going to do contact from contact. Okay. And so next, we're going to do most the router. And we're going to set turn. Router. It's a route. Okay, so here we're going to route home, about, and contact. Okay, so those are the three things we're going to route. And the component is going to be home. And we're going to just copy paste these. So this will be about. This will be contact. About. And here and this will be contact. Okay, so now we have these route setup. Let's close it. And what we're going to do next is, there's a table here. And we're going to export this so we can use it in the other folder. Okay, so the other folder would be it should be routes. Okay. And then the other folder that we're going to use would be called an app.js in the same src folder. So actually, we already have it. So we're going to replace this with our code. And here we're going to import two things. We're going to import React from that. And then the second thing is we're going to import app router from app router. Okay. And so let's see. We're going to leave it like this, and then we'll come back to it. So what do we do next is we're going to the home folder and build our component, okay? The home.js folder. And here we're going to import React, use state from React. Set up home. And we're going to build two functions. Okay. The first one is we're going to do a counter. So count. And I'm going to use state. And here we're going to set it to 0 for now. Okay. And the second one is we're going to call it input value. Okay. So that's the same. And we're going to leave it empty for now. Okay. Now we're going to name this increment count. And we're going to, for this one, we're going to just set count and let the counter +1 every time we click on it. The next one is handle input change. Okay. Call this set input change value. Value. And we're going to return two divs. So inside this div, we're going to add a h1, and we call it, oops, React-app. Call it React-app2. This is the folder name. Oops. Now we're going to put the first div in there. And this one would have a paragraph that will show the count. And we're going to put button in there on click. And so this one would use the increment count. Okay, so and it says increment the button. So this is the end of this div. And the second div will be the input section. And similar to the last one, but this will be a text-based. We can set value equals, let's set that to the input value. And I'll change. So that too. And let me put change. Okay. And I want to set a placeholder. And I'm going to just say type something here. Okay. Let's close this out. And in the paragraph, we say typed value. And we put input value. Okay, so we close out the div. And we're going to export it out using the home page. Okay, so let's see. What am I missing here? Okay, so that looks good. And this. Okay. So now we can go ahead and try to run this. Okay. And to run this, we just run npm start. So we're getting an error here. we have home.js, we have app.js. Oh, so the app.js. Okay, so I think here what we need to do is we need to do an app.js. So the app.js, we need to complete this by coding the browser router as now we're going to set up the app. So I'm going to return this app, and it's going to have to return home. Actually, that's the only one that we need to return. And I'm going to close the div. Oops. Okay, so let's try it. Let's try it. So there is an error that says home is not defined. Home is defined here, and we default export home, and then we use home. So home is definitely defined. It's just so we need to import home. From Okay. The views. Let's see. Views. Okay. So let's see if so restart the server. See what happens. Okay, so app is not found. Okay. Let's see. Do we have export app? Okay, so we did not export app. And that's why. So the router.jazz. Let's go back to app.router.js and see what we did wrong here. What did we do wrong? Hmm? For home, about, view. Oh, so not view, but views. Okay, so now let's see. So there's a typo here. Let's see. And it's in angle brackets. Oops. This angle bracket. Contact. Angle bracket. Okay. So you got an angle bracket. And then you have such. Okay. And restart. And see what happens. get some errors. See what those errors are. Looks like views, home, views, about. Looks like they're all in this particular folder. So we didn't put a angle bracket in there. That's why it's a what we call a two-way communication. But anyway, so hopefully this would show you guys how to use React to build a cool web app that allows you to have a two-way data binding as well as having the reactive aspect of the app. So I'll put the link to GitHub so you get to see the code that I put in there. But otherwise, this is pretty much it. Thanks for watching.